Today is 4/17/2015, and my last thing I want to say about sex and kids and the different sexes. There are over 100,000 kids born yearly in the world that have both a penis and a vagina. And the doctor sometimes decides at birth which to make them either a boy or a girl. Either take off the penis and correct the vagina, or correct the vagina and then leave the penis and then make him a boy. So he sometimes decides at birth, but most of the time he lets the kids decide after born and reach a certain age. And sometimes they wait until puberty to see which puberty decides they are. If puberty decides that they're a boy, then they'll go for the penis and get rid of the vagina if they're a boy. If they're a girl, because of puberty, the way that puberty went, then take off the penis and correct the vagina. But either way, whenever a kid is born both with a vagina and a penis, they're always sterile. Sterile means that they can't produce any offspring. And one final thing, for anybody who was a man all their life and had a sex change, female, that's where they invert the penis inside, make it inside the man, and correct it so that it's sterile. And same thing when a woman changes to a man in a sex change, the penis from another man, or they correct it and make it so there is a penis there, and they correct it, at that point she becomes sterile. Anytime a person has a sex change, they become sterile and no longer can ever have kids again. So whether you be born that way, be born a male and a female, decide that you're going to have a sex change to be from a male to a female, or a female to a male, both things make you sterile. You are sterile and you cannot have kids ever again. So, hey, if you're born that way, if you're born male, female, you're sterile. There's nothing you can do. You won't be able to ever have offspring. You won't be able to ever have a kid, whether you be male or female. When you have that corrected, it doesn't matter, because you're going to be sterile no matter what. And if you have a sex change from female to male, you become sterile. If you have a sex change from male to female, you become sterile. So, if you're born with both, be sterile, and you will no longer be able to have kids. And to clear one thing up, man changes to a woman through a sex change, where they invert the penis and then inside him and make him a vagina, and now he's a woman, and he's got to take hormones too. He's got to take hormones for the rest of his life. And or unless he did like this one person did, to change from male to female, then back to male, then female, and he did it like 3 or 4 times. So each time you do that, you got to take the coordinating hormone. So if a male changes to a female, they have to take female hormones. And so what you got to do is you got to take a male hormone blocker and then take female hormones. Because otherwise, if they don't take the female hormone blocker, then if you just take hormones, male hormones will just get stronger and stronger. And that's why you got to take a male hormone blocker first and then take the female hormones. And you can't tell the difference. You won't ever be able to tell the difference between a born female or a man that was changed to a female. You can't tell the difference. You won't be able to tell the difference because of those hormones and the hormone blocker. You won't be able to tell the difference. Everything changes. Other than they become sterile. And when a female goes to male, you'll be able to tell the difference because the penis is hard to replicate. And usually it's a small penis, and I guess it's workable, not a normal penis. So I know that whenever you change your sex, whether it be female to male or male to female, you become sterile. And when you go from female to do need to take a female blocker so you can take the male hormones so that the females won't build up. But I know for a fact that when you go from male to female, you have to take a male hormone blocker first and then take the female hormones. That's the only way it'll be effective, with that blocker in between there, because otherwise your male hormones will build up so much that it'll make you more of a man. But so that's what I have to say on sex change, and kids being born both sexes with a vagina and a penis. And there's over like 100,000 kids a year throughout the world that are born that way, with both a female and male organ. So that ought to tell you one thing: males are not always male, females are not always female. That's just stupid to think that. It's stupid to think that every kid born will be that sex. So if a kid was born with just a penis, that does not mean that kid is going to be a boy. It doesn't mean that. I mean, it's going to physically, yeah, he'll be a boy, but inside, there's a lot of odds against that he'll be female. So just because they're born with a penis, and just only a penis, does not mean that person, that kid, is a male. Same thing with a girl. When a girl's born, just because she's born with just the vagina, only a vagina, not both, just the vagina, does not mean that girl is a girl. It really depends on what's inside, like your hormones. Your hormones inside and what you are inside. That's what's going to determine if you're a boy or a girl. And surgery just makes it like it should have been in the first place.